Hello, why are driving lessons so expensive? This is a question I keep getting asked recently, so in this video I'm going to go over it in detail, and I'm going to tell you a lot of things that some driving instructors would rather you not know, such as exactly how much money a driving instructor earns. And I think that's a good place to begin, because when people ask the question why are lessons so expensive, they often make this presumption that driving instructors must be really wealthy people, because they say, well look, most people like me are earning maybe £15 an hour, 20 if I'm lucky, £25 an hour, and wow, driving instructors are earning 35, 40, £50 an hour. That's amazing. It's not. I want you to guess how much money you think I made as a driving instructor. What was the most money I made in a year? And just to give you some background on me to help you make that decision, I've been working as a driving instructor for over 20 years. I was, as far as I know, the first instructor on YouTube. I became massively popular. My videos were getting 100,000 plus views every time. And if you want to see that, go back and check. They're all still on my channel. I had it really good. I was charging more than any other instructor around. The people used to come up to me at test centres and they used to call me Mr. YouTube. They said, hey Mr. YouTube, how'd you do it? How'd you get all these people watching your videos? And how can you be charging like £30 an hour? This was years ago when people were charging, like the big schools were on like 25 an hour and I was charging more. So simply, I had it better than anyone really. I had no expenses for marketing. I was booked up for months in advance. I was working Monday to Saturday from 9 in the morning until 8 in the evening, 6 days a week. I was absolutely chocker. How much money do you think I made? Well, the most money I made as a driving instructor ever in 1 year was £21,589. Wow, I'm rich. I'm earning nearly £22,000. I bet that surprises some people. Some people who accuse me to say, oh, you're making all this money and you could be giving away lessons for free. Yeah, on £22,000 a year. Now, you may not understand how that can happen. You might be thinking, hold on, that doesn't add up. You're working all these hours and you're earning that money. Well, there is a page on my website which will explain why. And it goes into great detail about why instructors don't earn much money. So if you think instructors are rich, they're not. So why do so many pretend to be? Because there are a lot of instructors around who will claim, oh, I'm doing really well, yeah, look at me. It's for two reasons. First of all, they've either got a big ego or they're deluded because they just want to pretend they're earning loads of money to impress people. You know what it's like on social media, oh, look at me, my life's perfect, nothing ever goes wrong, when really they're just showing you what they want you to see. And the other reason is they want to sell driving instructor training courses. So they have to have this overinflated profit. Oh, look at me, I'm earning all this money and you can earn that money too. Sign up to my driving instructor training program. You could be earning 50,000, 60,000, 100 billion pounds a week. Yeah. No. That's because they are selling instructor training programs for £2,000 plus a time. So if they get 10 people by the program, they've just made £20,000. Oh, I wonder if that's the reason they're really doing it. There's a great saying, those that can do it, or those, what's the version of this saying, there's different versions of it. Those who can do, those who can't teach. And what that means is that those people who can actually do things get on with doing them, like teaching people to drive. Whereas if you can't do it and you're rubbish and you failed, you go into teaching others and you think, well, I can't do it myself. I know, I'm going to sell the dream to others. I'm going to sell this dream of being a rich driving instructor, even though you failed yourself. And if people want me to, I'm quite happy to make a video where I will show you my tax returns. I'm quite happy to show you proof from the Inland Revenue. If you're watching this from abroad, that's like our, what do you call it in America? IRS, Inland Revenue. So I'm happy to show you those things, and I'll show you how I've earned some years as little as, what do you think the least was I earned as a driving instructor? What was the lowest amount? £8,000. Wow, I'm rich, and driving lessons are so expensive. £8,000. It's half minimum wage, is it? So if you're someone who's angry that driving lessons are so expensive, please understand they're really not. And driving instructors are not the wealthy people they would have you believe they are. It's just all ego or delusion or selling a training course. I am brutally honest, and this is what got me popular as an instructor. I will tell it like it is, no matter what. Driving instructors can earn decent money. If you own your own car, and if you are popular and you don't have to pay marketing like me, you can earn better money. But what about paying for the car? Even if you own it, you've still got to pay for fuel, insurance, road fund, road tax, whatever you want to call it, wear and tear, maintenance, tyres. It doesn't matter if you buy one or lease one, and I've done a video on that. Either way, you end up paying for it, and that's a massive expense. I mean, fuel can easily cost a driving instructor a minimum £2,500 a year. Insurance is over £1,000 a year, depending on where you are. The car, if you're going to lease one, you're talking about £700 a month, or if you're lucky, you get one for about £550 a month. What about all the other expenses? Like, if you want to get work on your own, you've got to do social media. Just in these videos make themselves. They don't make themselves. You have to take time out of your day to go and make a video. I've got to record this, which is probably going to be about 15-20 minutes long. I've then got to go home and edit the video. Then I've got to upload it. Then I've got to do the thumbnail. Then I've got to watch it back and add the chapters. It takes hours to make videos. And if you aren't on social media these days, you don't exist. You're not going to last as an instructor if you aren't happy to go online and put yourself out there. And kudos to all of the great instructors that do that, because there are other instructors who came along, and I don't want to say they copied me, but they did kind of copy me in a way because I did it all first. So you have to understand that when it comes to, driving lessons being expensive, they're really not, because if you charge £35 for a driving lesson, you've already lost probably £10 of that in the car, the fuel, the insurance, the maintenance. As driving instructors, we even have to pay to be instructors. Did you know that? We get charged £300 every 4 years just to be allowed to be an instructor. I bet many people don't even know about that. It's what, £75 a year instructor tax, instructor there. There's an instructor ahead of me. This is learner land, where all the instructors and learners go. So please don't be angry with driving instructors thinking that they are these wealthy people ripping off poor students who can't afford their lessons. A lot of instructors, after you take into account things like introductory deals, 5 lessons for £60 or whatever it is now, they don't earn much at all. I mean, think about it. If you say in the old days it was 5 lessons for £50, that was everywhere. There was adverts everywhere, 5 lessons for £50. That means driving instructors were earning £10 an hour. Now, if you take out the £10 an hour for the car, the fuel, the maintenance and all that, they're not even earning anything. They're working for nothing, hoping that the pupils then stay with them and pay a higher price. And I was outside a driving test centre once, I remember this years ago, and there was a scummy driving instructor who was obviously only in it for the money, and he came up to me, and I don't think he knew who I was, and he said, "Hey, have you seen the hook we've got on the back of our car?" And I thought, hook? Why do you need a hook on the back of your car? He didn't mean a physical hook. A hook is a deal that gets people in. It's like catching a fish. It tricks people in. You like get them on the hook, and then they're hooked, and then you hike the prices up. That's their idea. And he said, have you seen the deal we've got? 5 less than £50. We're getting loads of people coming in. They're paying 50 quid, and then we're hiking it right up 25, 30 quid an hour. Idiot. Right. I want to teach people to drive and be safe drivers. Yes, I have to make money. And yes, I deserve to make money, because look at all the videos I've done on YouTube. I've done now over 800 videos. 800. They're not all visible yet, but if you go and look at my channel at the time I released this, there's something like 750 visible. There are many more I haven't released yet, and there are many I've made that I didn't release for various reasons. But all that free work, it's got to be paid for somehow, and I deserve to earn money. And I'm going to leave you with one of the most shocking, well, not one of the most shocking thing probably that people ever said to me about money. And this happened many years ago. This would have been 2004, and I can still remember the name of the people, but I won't say it. And I always remember this, it sticks in my mind. They just failed the driving test. I think it was the second time they'd failed. I don't remember what they'd failed on. And I remember the pupil was crying, and I thought, she seems unusually upset, because not that many people cry, and she was really crying quite badly. And she said, I've got no money left. And I said, well, I don't really care about that, we worked it out. Right, but she was crying, and she said, the situation she was in, I always remember saying, you do a good job and you deserve to be paid for it. But the situation she was in was, she was a student in Birmingham, and she was so hard up that her and her housemates had taken to eating the stuffing out of the sofa, because they couldn't afford food. So they had to cut a hole in the back of a sofa, and they were pulling the stuffing out and having it with water for their meal. And I always remember one thing she said, which was, I don't know what we'll do when the stuffing runs out. And I always remember that, it sticks in my mind. I don't know what we'll do when the stuffing runs out. Yeah, so check out these other videos of mine on the screen now for more help. Check out that page on my website about the cost of driving lessons. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you again soon for more videos.